The moment Lisa's scream cut through the quiet air over Willow, her jet ski disappearing under her like a magic trick gone wrong. I knew I'd just seen the best 20 seconds of payback in my whole life. She was splashing around in the middle of the lake, makeup running down her sparkly hat and clawing at the water like it could save her. My jet ski made one last bubble sound and sank into the green.
Ow, water.
Water, leaving her stuck in a scene from a soap opera. The embarrassment on her face was real, raw, soaked in the same lake she thought she owned. On the beach, neighbors just stood there shocked. The HOA president dropped his pen. A kid pulled out his phone to film it. I sat back in my dock chair, iced coffee in my hand, and touched my phone. To finish the last step, Lisa had no idea this wasn't an accident. It was revenge, and this was just the beginning. 2 weeks before this, the lake life was nice. The water sparkled, neighbors waved hello, and my custom jet ski with shiny blue stripes and super quiet electric motor was what everyone talked about. I'd spent a whole year fixing it up: GPS, shut-off switch, floating controls, and a secret sync system I had programmed myself. It wasn't just about keeping it safe. It was about being proud. I love this lake, my happy place. But ever since the HOA made Lisa the lake safety boss, everything got bad. She had a loudspeaker, a pile of plastic, rule sheets, and an attitude bigger than a boat. She turned our peaceful place into her own kingdom. She gave out tickets for silly things like splashing too much or having pool floats without permission. Her real enemy, though, was anyone who said no to her, especially me. The problem started when I said no to her demand to put an HOA canoe rack on my private dock. It was a sunny Sunday, the lake shining in the morning sun. Lisa walked up in a bright vest, clipboard in her hand, waving a community improvement plan she'd made up. It was her trying to grab power, and I told her nicely but firmly to go away. Her smile turned sour like old milk from that day. She started a quiet fight. Yellow violation letters kept showing up in my mailbox. One said my pet was too loud, I have a goldfish. Another said my barbecue grill was hurting nature. When I laughed about it, she promised to drag me to the HOA's rule committee. I knew she was watching, waiting for me to mess up. So I let her think I did, or so she thought. I pretended to go on a trip, parking my car at my cousin's house and posting vacation photos online. Lisa, who watched my social media like a hawk, fell for it. I was hiding in my lakeside house, eyes watching the hidden cameras. I'd set up around my boat shed at 9:17 in the morning. On a Saturday, she walked up in an ugly orange wetsuit, bolt cutters shining. She cut my lock, whistling like a cartoon bad guy, and pulled the cover off my jet ski without even looking at the metal sign that said property of Ethan Cole. She jumped on and zoomed across the lake, yelling like she'd climbed Mount Everest. Her joyride was a show of being mean. She buzzed by the old people's kayak group, sending waves that almost flipped Mrs. Larson's poodle. She circled the clubhouse dock, waving like a beauty queen, then roared past a family pulling an inflatable unicorn, making their kids cry. The HOA board watched with their mouths open, some knowing it was my jet ski but too scared to stop. Lisa thought she was untouchable. Until she wasn't. From my app, I started step 1, engine shut off. The jet ski coughed, stopped, and floated dead in the lake's middle. Lisa pushed buttons, pulled the gas handle, and screamed for help. No one moved. Phones came out filming her panic. Then came step 2, filling with water. The ski tipped as water poured into its secret compartments. Lisa screamed, standing up to wave her arms, the machine shaking under her. The crowd's giggles came through my camera's sound. Finally, I hit step 3. Full sink. The jet ski slid under the water like a submarine, leaving Lisa splashing in defeat. She got pulled out by an unhappy HOA paddle boat, dripping wet and yelling about someone messing with it, wrapped in a towel, her makeup a wet mess. She threatened to sue me. I sipped my coffee, enjoying the super clear video I'd recorded from different spots. This wasn't just getting even, it was a work of art. But Lisa wasn't going to just give up. By morning, a handwritten violation notice was taped to my door, saying I did water danger and computer terrorism, asking for $7,500. She signed it, Lisa Marwood, HOA water boss. It was crazy, but I was ready. I called my lawyer with video of her breaking into my boat shed, stealing my jet ski, and causing trouble. Officer Delgado, our town's lake patrol cop, almost choked on his donut watching the video. He wrote down the stealing, trespassing, and public trouble, promising me the case was solid. I sent Lisa a stop-it letter, asking her to take back her sorry in public and pay to get the jet ski back. The bill listed every tiny part down to the last screw. This wasn't about money, it was about her learning her lesson. The real surprise came when the diving team I paid to get my jet ski back found something else, a waterproof box chained under the HOA dock. Inside were lots of green-stained envelopes, labeled with names, dates, and fines. Some fake, others with wrong dates. A waterlogged cheap phone, its memory card still working, had texts. Planning mean tricks against neighbors, including me. One message said Ethan's tech changes are a problem. Next ticket needs to hurt. Another suggested taking my jet ski and calling it abandoned. It was proof of cheating evidence Lisa had gone after anyone who fought back. My friend who's good with computers pulled the information, and I gave it all to Officer Delgado's face. Got dark. This wasn't just silly HOA drama. It was lying and cheating. Lisa fought back harder, sending out an HOA newsletter saying, I did dangerous boat experiments and demanding my dock rights be taken away, but the community was tired of her neighbors. Flooded the HOA email asking for answers. Local reporter heard about it, writing a story called The Lake Bully and the Sinking. Ski with a mid-splash picture of Lisa. The comments exploded with stories of her being mean, fines for wrong flower pots, tickets for looking at stars too much. Her power was breaking, and she knew it. The big moment was the Lake Freedom Festival, a community party. I planned around getting the jet ski back. Food trucks lined the beach. Kids played in the shallow water. And a floating screen showed Lisa's meltdown over and over before the party started. I took the microphone, the shiny jet ski sparkling next to me. I showed the crowd the chained box, the fake fines, the cheap phone texts. Gasps turned to whispers. Then clapping, not happy clapping, but justice clapping. Lisa didn't come, but her quitting letter hit the HOA email the next day saying she needed to grow as a person. No one believed it. The HOA board called an emergency meeting packed with neighbors. Holding old fines and screenshots, Lisa wasn't there. Her quitting letter, a weak surrender officer. Delgado showed up announcing a real investigation into HOA cheating. Based on the lake evidence, the room buzzed. The board stopped. All fines got rid of Lisa's made-up job and opened voting for new leaders. Neighbors shared stories of her being mean. A veteran fined for his flagpole. Mom ticketed for a kid's sidewalk. Chalk, the dam broke, and Lisa's rule fell apart right there. The investigation got bigger. A reporter found out Lisa's history of similar tricks in another town, showing she was a serial cheater. My video went viral, making her a warning story. The jet ski became a symbol of fighting back. I held a lake safety class teaching kids about emergency systems using the jet ski. Their laughter filled the air, free of the fear Lisa used to spread. One day an unsigned letter came. Hope you're happy I was not for the views or the mess, but for starting a fight back. The lake glowed. Again, solar lights dotted the beach. Cookouts came back, and a new community dock opened, paid for by neighbors. A hand-painted sign on its railing said, Freedom Pier. It wasn't about Lisa's crash. It was about what grew in its place, a community that fought back, laughed, and refused to give up. The water was calm, but its waves carried a warning.